Welcome back up on the mountain. Today we're up on top of the dump truck. So when I bought the truck, I knew it had some issues up here on the roof. Looks like the clear coat's burned through, and I knew we were going to have to repaint it. But the deeper I start digging into this, we have some rust spots in the drip edge. A lot of Bondo, a lot of rust. A lot more rust and Bondo. So we're doing the right thing. And we're going to dig all of the gunk out of the drip rail all the way around, clean up as much as we can, and see what we're up against. Now luckily, the metal itself looks like it's pretty good. There's no holes all the way into the metal. There is quite a bit of Bondo and fiberglass Bondo right in here. So we're probably going to break some more of this open, just to make sure we get back to clean metal. And we're going to continue around on this drip edge, get all of this stuff out of there, because there's several spots that it looks like it's been compromised. And the drip edge stops right there on the front of the cab, so we might as well clean it all out. The hard part is we're standing in the bed of the truck, and we're about 5 feet off the ground. So I'm going to have to get a ladder or scaffolding along the edge here so we can reach this side here. We're probably going to need that when we start repainting it anyway. So I've tried several things on here so far, not wanting to remove any metal. I have these fiber discs. They don't seem to do much. Then I went to a wire wheel, and again, it doesn't seem to touch whatever this black stuff is. We've also just used the regular DA sander. And the DA does cut into that black stuff, but it also removes a lot of metal. So I think I'm going to go get some small wire wheels, put them on a Dremel or a high-speed tool, and see if that works. Welcome back up on the mountain today. We're working on the dump truck roof. So this dump truck bed doesn't have any protection to cover the back of the truck. And since the bed is only about 8 or 9 feet long, when you go to the gravel yard to get full, sometimes they dump some material between the dump bed and the truck cab. And the orange paint here on the top had some blemishes in this area and over there. And I dug all of the filler out all the way down to bare metal, and there were some big dents in here. All I can imagine is that some stones probably came out and hit the top of the truck cab, and that's why there were some repairs here. But we did the right thing, took it back down to bare metal, built it back up with some filler, and I have one more coat of filler here that needs to be sanded down. And then we're going to mask this whole roof off and paint it white. Now originally, this is the most recent color, this orange on top. Then you can see a coat of primer and some white paint with more primer below that, and then some body filler. And I think there was some green paint below that. But the top was white before it was this pumpkin orange. So we're going to go back with white. That'll be easier. I'm going to spend a few minutes with a soft sanding pad. Get this body filler back down to a nice even layer. And I keep changing directions a little bit with it to help match those curves. Yeah, it's a lot of sanding. All right, I think that's enough sanding of the body filler. Let's get this mess cleaned up. We got to mask off the whole top of the truck and put some primer on. We're masking off the truck right underneath this drip rail all the way around, which means we're going to paint the drip rail and the roof white. We have the truck pretty much covered all the way around. We're going to paint this front edge, but not underneath. So I think that'll be good enough. Now we're going to go over the whole top of the truck with a red Scotch-Brite pad, just to go through any of the clear that's up there or wax or anything that might be on that roof. When you're doing body work, it's never going to be perfect. You just got to get it as good as you can and then say, that's enough. Let's get some primer on this. All right, we have about 3 coats of primer on all of the filler and any bare metal spots or any transitions that we sanded through the paint. We need to let that dry for about 20 minutes. Then we'll hit it with the Scotch-Brite, and then we'll start cleaning everything up. So I think I'm going to sit here on the front porch swing, have a couple cold snacks, and we'll get back to it in a little bit. Admiring the new tires on the Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's currently in the lifted mode, so it's a little bit high, but I think they look pretty good. So the tires I chose are the Falcon Wild Peak AT4W. The 4W is the new brand. It's made by Semioto Tires in Japan, but they were actually produced here in the U.S. in their U.S. plant. All right, and just like that, we have one coat of white rolled on. Yeah, I said we're rolling it on. We're reducing the Rust-Oleum white with a little bit of mineral spirits, and it seems to be flowing out okay. One issue is we used black primer, so it's kind of coming through on some of the first coat, but we'll lightly sand this and go again. Gotta let it sit though. It's about 2 hours until that dries, so we gotta find another project to do. Mrs. P bought these Hot Shot foggers for me. We're gonna head up to the gold mine, and we need our helmet. Probably not the gloves. And we're gonna fog all those crickets out of the gold mine. That should be fun. It's such a beautiful day, we're gonna take the mini truck. Always starts. Now to get to the mine, we have to go down the mountain, around on the main road, and then back up the other side. I'll show you. Got to get back out here down the driveway. And this is our main road. You kind of have to stop and look both ways, because about twice a day, a car will come by, and you don't want to hit that. Sure is a nice day out here. Man, look at that blue sky. All right, we've been driving for about 8.6 seconds, and we're gonna turn off on the back road of the property. Yeah, it's mostly straight uphill, and it gets worse. But once you get up here, it's really pretty. There it is. This is the Rusty Pail Gold Mine. All right, so let's open this up so we don't have to take all this material down in the gold mine. Should be 2 or 3 cans in here. Oh, it looks like 3. Leave the caps here. Perfect. We haven't been doing a lot of gold mining because it's been so cold up here. This has all been frozen, but it's liquid water again. Gold mining season is back. Probably need to get this ore cart out of the way. Open that up so we can get down in there. Hope there's no creatures down there. Is anybody living down there? I didn't hear anybody, so we're probably okay. All right, let's read the directions on these things. Do not use indoors. What? Do not breathe. Do not use around food. Do not, poison. Seek immediate medical attention. Got it. All right, so we're just gonna shove these things in our pockets. Oh, we gotta turn the light on. Does the light work? Yeah, it works. All right, we got the mine opened up. Man, it is dank down there. Well, it's not full of water, so that's a good thing. Let's get down there. Now, usually when I come down, I like to stop every 4 or 5 feet. Check the ladder, looking for spiders and other stuff. Looks good so far. Let's keep going. Man, it is really wet down here. We're standing on the supports in the shaft. I don't see any snakes or anything. A little bit of fall leaves still here on the bottom, but that's okay. Let's get to the bottom. All right, we're all the way at the bottom. Now I always look down the tunnel, make sure there's not like a honey badger or something in here scary. Anybody living back there? I guess we're all right. All right, let's walk down the tunnel, see if we even have a cricket problem. We have some, is that ice or crystals? Looks like crystals coming off. Got stuff on the roof. All kinds of stuff back there on the roof. Don't know what that is. Tastes like salt. So we're going to say that's some type of sodium something or another. Let's get our camera light on. These are the crickets we're trying to get rid of. See them up here on the roof? Yeah, they're kind of scary looking, aren't they? And they're everywhere. They're not just one or two. Man, there are thousands of them in here. Well, we're not going to be in here for too long. Man, we just got crickets galore. All right. So I think we're just going to put a bug bomb back here in the corner. Put one back on the railroad track somewhere. And we'll put one way back there in the opening. That should be enough to get it all cleaned out. Now, I'm not going to film while I do this because I want to do it quick and I have to hold my breath the whole time. So we'll film once we get back up top. But we're pretty much just going to take these little bug bomb things, push down the top, place them in a nice little area, and evacuate. All right, we made it back to the top. The bug bombs are down there doing their bug bomb thing. I went ahead and made sure the ventilator's turned off because we don't want to pump fresh air down there. I think we'll go ahead and put the lid back on the mine, head back to the barn and do something else. Perfect. Did I tell you? It sure is a nice day out here. The sun is shining. Mini truck's running well. Man, look at that sky. All right, we made it back to the barn. Let's see how our paint job's coming along. Still just a little bit tacky. I think it needs about another half hour to an hour, so we got to find something else to do. All right, we're back up at the truck. Doesn't feel tacky anymore, so we're going to go ahead and roll on another coat. We're not really going to touch the drip rail edge because it is kind of still tacky down inside. So we'll just do the big flat areas. That'll work. All right, we have 2 coats on now. It's looking somewhat better. We're going to let it sit overnight, add 2 more coats tomorrow, and see how it looks. All right, we're back out in the garage today. We got the whole top of the truck unwrapped. Let's get it outside, wash it all up, take a look at it. Yeah, we were idling in the garage for too long, and the fire alarm went off. All right, it has about an inch of dust all over the hood. Top looks pretty good, but we need to get all this washed off before it sticks. And then we'll probably wipe it all down with a mixture of boiled linseed oil and mineral spirits. But that's what the top's going to look like there on the top. I think that's good enough. All right, we got the truck sprayed down. I didn't film it because it's about 40 degrees out here. My hands are a little bit cold, but we're gonna let that dry in the sun. We need to clean up all this mess in here that we have going. Bag up a little bit of trash and load up in the mini truck. Go to the recycle center. That'll give the truck time to dry so we can go to the next step. Well, we made it back from the recycle center and it looks like the sun went away. It's all cloudy now. But it looks like most of the standing water is off the truck. So we're going to pull it back inside and give it a nice clean up. Let's look at this top real quick. So I went ahead and just carried this line down past the drip edge and went straight to the front. We did not paint underneath this eyebrow piece. Pretty much just kept it right along the front. That looks pretty good. Up over the doors, hug the drip rail all the way around. I think that's going to be just about perfect. Now we have our white top, matching our white front end. Everything's matchy-matchy. You guys get outside, do something fun. Come back and tell me about it.